Let's go plug it into the truck and I'll walk you around the whole system and how it works. So here's what my regular F-150 screen looks like. And then it will kind of just boot itself up. So it's going to pull up the AI Box Ultra. The first time you do yours, it's going to ask you permission to do Apple CarPlay. So you just accept that. Mine's just going to load right into it. There's a lot going on here. I'll try and get through it pretty quick. So one of the new things about this one compared to the old one, lots of new things, but one is it now has built-in GPS. So I'm not using Apple CarPlay at all right now. This is just simply the one car stereo home screen where you can use normal Bluetooth and stuff, and it has GPS in it, so I can use Google Maps right there, right from their thing without even having to hook up my phone. Then you got some basic stuff, like you can see we have access to your phone right here if it's connected to Bluetooth, so you can call people, normal like Bluetooth stereo type stuff. And then right here in the corner where it says in-car link, that's where you have access to your Apple CarPlay. So all you do is click that, and then it's going to load it on its own, but then once it's in it, it stays in it. It works just fine. So now it just pulls up my regular Apple CarPlay that I'm used to seeing if I plug in my phone. And I have all the normal stuff I see on my phone and normal Apple CarPlay with all my regular apps and everything that I can use just like normal. And then within Apple CarPlay, if you go to the apps and you hit car right here, it brings me back to the main one car stereo home screen here. One thing I ought to mention real quick is if you're seeing any kind of flicker while you're watching right now, that's because filming screens is kind of tricky on a camera. I tried to match the settings of the camera the best I can, but in real life here, there's no flicker or glare or anything. And so just keep that in mind. If you see any weird glitching or anything on the screen that you're watching right now, this is not doing that. Then here at the bottom, you kind of have a row that reminds me kind of like what I see on my MacBook. So you kind of have a bunch of different apps here, settings, and then all the streaming ones that I've selected. And so down here I have the Google Play Store where I can go download new apps. And then right here I have loaded all of my favorite ones. So YouTube, YouTube Kids, Prime Video, Disney Plus, and Netflix. And then you can kind of switch these around. So if you hold them down, I can hit an X right there, and you can use any of the apps that are available on this thing, and you can add them here on your dock. So if I wanted Google Chrome right there, I can switch it to Google Chrome just like that. This icon over here brings you to all your apps. And so this is all the apps that are currently on here. So I already mentioned all the streaming apps, but you have Google Chrome, Spotify. That's where you can change the LED of the actual unit itself. More cool apps like TikTok, Waze. This one right here that says video is where if you downloaded video files onto the hard drive on it, that's where you could access those video files, whether it be movies or whatever you have downloaded on there. And there's even more streaming apps like HBO Max. There's a ton, Max, Paramount Plus. You have almost every streaming app available on here. You got settings menu here where you can kind of do a bunch of different stuff. You have access to your Wi-Fi and your Bluetooth. So you obviously want your Bluetooth. You want to come in here and connect your phone the first time you use it so that your phone stays paired with it, even though it doesn't need to be, but it's nice having it that way. And then the Wi-Fi, this is where right now I can come in here to the internet, and I'm connected to the shop Wi-Fi right now, but that's where I would connect to my phone if I was going to run a personal hotspot. And then it's just basic settings other than that. So display settings, navigation settings, you can change some themes and different stuff in here. All basic setting stuff. You might have seen this little button that I've been using. So they have this little button that you can drag around on the screen that is kind of just a navigation menu. So home, back, voice activated stuff, a couple different things that you can use there. One new feature that this has is it has a split screen mode. And so my screen isn't big like some of the brand new trucks are. This would be more applicable to some of the 12-inch screens, which it now supports. A lot of these AI boxes don't support up to a 12-inch screen. This one does now. And so on those big 12-inch screens, you might want to use a split screen mode. And so you can do almost any of the two apps at once and kind of split screen settings or Google or kind of whatever you want to do to use it in split screen mode. So let's dive into one of these streaming apps so you can kind of see how this works. So I'm going to click on YouTube here, pulls up really fast, and then I can literally just scroll YouTube just like I would on my phone. In any way I want. I can look through all the videos. It's just connected to my Google account, so to my YouTube. Super easy. You just sign in to all these streaming apps the same way you would on your phone, and then I can just click on videos like that, pull them up, and there you have it. You've now got YouTube, Netflix, Prime Video, every streaming thing you could ever want playing right there on your car or truck dash. This new layout home screen they have here is a totally different layout than they've had before. So the previous one kind of looks like this, and it still worked just fine. It actually continues to work. I've used it every day for 9 months. But this new one just has some added features. It looks a little bit nicer, and so just some basic improvements on how you navigate things around. It's a little bit easier. So they're pretty easy to use, and that's pretty much how it's done. Wireless CarPlay is obviously pretty self-explanatory as to why it would be nice. It's one less step. You don't have to plug it in, so that's a great feature. But you might be thinking, well, why do I need apps? Why do I need YouTube on there or something? Just for an example, I use mine all the time. So almost all podcasts are video podcasts now. I watch all my podcasts on YouTube for the most part. And so I can just pull them up on there and have them playing in the background, listen to them as I drive or while I'm stopped, which is nice to be able to have that video format there. Also, if you're in kind of like the overland camping type space, you would be doing a lot of traveling. And so it's nice, my son and my wife can kind of sit there and watch movies. I can listen to them in the background because I'm a safe guy, you know, and I wouldn't watch it while driving. So that's kind of nice to have that there so they can watch stuff. Or there's a ton of times when I'm just like running errands in town, I'm picking up some lunch from somewhere and I'm eating in my truck and I want to watch YouTube or I want to watch Netflix while I'm eating my lunch. So I pull it up while I'm sitting in a parking lot. I literally use this thing all the time. So hopefully that gives you an idea of what kind of situations you might use this in.